Hi, I'm Garrett Froggatte. I'm the teaching pro here at the club at Flying Horse, and one shot that you need to have when you come play here is you need to know how to hit a chip shot off of tight lies, because a lot of our greens fairly big, but you also have some fairway in front that's kind of tight. So how do we get through that? Well, one of the things you want to do is you want to learn how to use what we call the bounce. So the back of this club. So when you come through the ball, here's what I see with people. Let's say I'm chipping it to that noodle right there, is when they get in these, they go, and they go, oh, right? Then the next one is, oh, and then they just bring their putter out, which isn't a bad play. You could do that too. The old Texas wedge works wonders. Not discounting that. But what is happening when you do this is you're using the leading edge. That is designed to dig. We need that in our full swings, but in short game, you use that for chipping. But what I want to teach you is how to use the bounce of the club. So they put this ridge back here. They put that ridge on there as a ski for the club. So when you come down, it lifts the leading edge up so you can't dig. And so what that does for you is it frees you up to feel confident that you can hit the ground and something good happens. So let me demonstrate a couple of two different ways to do this. One is I'm going to hit both of these shots fat, okay? But one of them is leading edge. This is using the leading edge, the front of the club. Okay, now this one is the bounce. So I'm still going to hit behind this. You see the difference? Both of those were fat, but one of them had bounce and came up in the air nice and soft. That is the power of bounce, and that gives you a ton of forgiveness. So how do you use that? How do I learn how to do that? First off, open the club up just a little bit. The more the hands are forward, the more leading edge you use. The more you back the hands up, the more bounce you use. The more the shaft leans, the more that leading edge is down, the more it backs up, the more bounce is used. That's part one. Then part two is come through, see if you can hit the ground and not take a divot. Because if you're using leading edge, you're going to start digging. If you're using bounce, you're going to start bouncing and you're going to start skidding into the ball, and that's going to give you a ton of forgiveness. So then the last part about that helps you with that is get set up with your weight on your lead side. Now that's not this. It's this. Like if I took my left hand and tried to hang it outside my left knee, it puts my weight left. And then from here, I'm just going to come through, hit the bounce of the club, and let it slide under the ball. Like this. Okay, do another one. Weight left, use the bounce. And that is going to put some spin on the ball, which you're going to need at Flying Horse sometimes to get that ball off that tight lie. So keep your weight left and use that bounce and hit more of those shots near the pin.